It is called as a fluid connective tissue which carries the nutrients, the oxygen and other things which are required for the body. And then it also plays a role of carrying, bringing out the waste materials which have been generated in the cells after utilization of the nutrients. So we call the portion which gives energy for this nutrient. The nutrients, when they are converted to energy, the remaining thing is called as waste products. We call it as metabolic waste. So every from a single cell to the whole human body, the activity which goes on in the form of digestion and all the things is called as metabolism in general. Okay? And that part also we have not touched. So now we know about the systems in the body. So one is the nervous system, and then the skeletal system, or you can come from the center to outside or from the outside to center. Skin, and then the muscles, and then the skeleton bone, and then you come to this part is over. This is a major, and then you have got the nervous system, and then the respiratory, and then the cardiac. There is a circulatory, and then you have got the கரைச்சி கடிக்க சொல்லுங்க, கரைச்சி கடிக்க சொல்லுங்க. நம்ம அது வழியெல்லாம் கொடுத்துருவோம், வாயில் வைக்க சொல்லுங்க. கரை லிக்விட் கிடையாது சொல்லிடுங்க, அப்படி கொடுக்க முடியாது. டியூப்ல ஊற்றுனா வேலை செய்யும். நாம் சொல்கிறது தான் அவங்களுக்கு இருக்கணும்னு சொல்லுங்க, இல்லைன்னா மண்டே வர சொல்லுங்க. So we are talking about the nervous system. So next is the nervous, then we become the respiratory and the cardiac, and then the digestive, and then you have got the male reproductive, female reproductive, and then anything else, the blood and lymphatic. So these are the various systems which are there in your body. So it is the gist of everything whatever we do. And what we are doing with anatomy and physiology is nothing but we are going to know what is there within our body. Okay? The basic principle of yoga is to understand yourself. So there are various levels, and then the highest level is the samadhi, where you will be in oneness with the what we call as the God or the godly phenomena, natural phenomena. You will be in connection with the nature directly, with the principle which governs the nature, the energy which regulates the nature. You will be there. So to understand that, what you have to do? You have to bring a control of your body systems within your framework. That is, you know that there is a soul, there is a mind, and then a body. These are the three major components of the human being, or any other animal also, which can think. So the part of soul we are not touching it, and the part of mind I am not going to touch it. That is not into the philosophy and in the yoga classes. But to make yourself understand with the mind and the soul and the super consciousness, you need to understand your body first. To understand the body, we need anatomy and physiology. If you know what is there, so you have got which part of your locally. Okay. Simply say, if you take a food, we know that we go, when you are hungry, we eat the food. But we don't try to find out what is the components which have been added to it, to each and every particular substance you are taking. So you are taking a bread, butter and jam, simplest thing is going to be. In that you will be having the bread, and the butter and the jam. So this is the thing what we eat. But when you are studying yoga, you have to understand which forms the base and which forms the support. So the bread forms the support on which you apply the butter and the jam. Okay? So that is the structure, and butter and jam are the ingredients which we are going to use. And if we go further away from the structure part, what jam is made up of, how it is prepared, or what are the various ingredients of the jam. If you take that, you will be having fruits, sugar, and some preservatives which are butter. So milk has to be boiled, and the butter has to be taken out. It has to be turned into curd, and then if you churn the curd, you will get the butter. So the butter has to be processed, and it will be packed. If you want to keep it for a long time, you will add salt. If you want to use it immediately, you need not add salt. That's all. So that is the basic. If you go deeper, you need analysis. So here we want to only study about the structure and function. Okay? The structure is one which is dealt with anatomy, and the various functions carried out by the structure is called as physiology. Okay? This is the basic part we have done. And you know that every cell is made up of atoms. The atoms form together and they form the basic structures like DNA, RNA, all these things. And then they group together and all the formed elements join together and they become the cell. And the cell in a single, like amoeba, it is one cell only, it will do all its work within that one cell. But in evolution, when an animal starts growing into different categories, the highest one is the human being. So, when the animal is from a single cell to a multicellular, it needs to have all these functions aggregated in separate area. So, there should be specialized cells which will carry out that particular work. So, cardiac muscle cannot breathe, but the lung tissue can breathe. So the cardiac muscle activity is to pump, but the lungs cannot pump the blood. So each one has got their specific role. So every system is the aggregation of cells and tissues and organs which have got a similar function. Which function they do, all the things join together. So, and for them they cannot survive separately, so that they are integrated with other systems, so that one system supports the other. Without one system, you cannot survive. So, all the systems put together forms the human framework, basic body framework. Okay? This is the thing. And from the cells, we come to a special thing called as tissues. All the cells which do a similar job or the same job join together. That is, in the lungs, they will do the job of breathing. And then in the, what it is? Heart, it is pumping the blood. And in the stomach, it is digestion, and the intestine, after the things are digested, absorption, and then we call it as one process, assimilation. So, absorb, the nutrient has to be getting absorbed and it has to get mixed with the blood. So, you see that all the systems are related with each other. So, once the stomach has performed its duty, it pushes the content outside and it enters the small intestine. From there, absorption occurs. Where it goes to the blood. From the blood, it goes to the liver. From the liver, again it is processed and it is converted into different shapes and types. And as the body is recurring, and it will be sent through the blood again to get stored in the various parts of the body. So you know, nowadays calcium is a very important thing. Everybody talks about bone pain and arthritis, all those things. We know that when a common man also knows Okay, you take something which is rich in calcium to get the bones stronger. So calcium is stored where? In the bone marrow. So the bones are got the inner part of the bone. We are not dealt with the structure yet of the bone. Okay. So certain bones are the property of producing things also. So blood is produced, the basic elements of blood are produced in the long bones. Okay. So these are the various functions. We will come to that part next. So in basic yoga, we need to know about the role of muscles, skeleton and neural nerves. These are the very basic thing which you need to understand. Okay. So muscles will contract and relax depending on the requirement and the signal which has been processed by the brain through the nerves. There are two types of nerves. One is called the sensory nerve, which take the signal to the brain, and another nerve which comes out will give you the motor response, we call it as. That is the action. Okay? And there are different properties of this, and there are various rules it follows. So many of us think like human beings are of different varieties. If you take, you are from Karnataka, if you cross the border, it becomes Tamil Nadu. If you cross this side, Andhra Pradesh. Likewise, different regions and different people are there, and different type of food and habits are there. Living habits, everything changes. Likewise, our body is made up of various tissues, but depending on the function, they are gathered together and we are studying according to the function. If you take Karnataka, means Karnataka, we study about the geophysical region. So what is the climate here? What is the water resources? What is the type of soil and minerals are available? All these things we call it as a geography. So just keeping the geography, you cannot do anything. There is a structure. So what happens in the geography? You people build a house and then we extract the minerals for the requirement, we take the water which is available, all the things for the functioning of the society. Okay? So resources are there, and then the basic structure is there, and the utilization of the resources by the basic structure is called as a function. Understood? So carry on with the things?
Yes.
You got any doubt? I think you didn't understand.
No, I think
Because it's a little well. So we'll take it out on the next session. So in the vertebra you have got two things. One is the bony part, and the other one is the part called as cartilage, which is present over the bone and between two bones. And, okay. So in the structure which you are seeing in the figure on page 39, you can see in between the bones there are flat disc-like structures. They are called as a annular disc. They are soft, spongy structure made up of a substance called as cartilage. So they give the cushion type of effect. And you have got cartilaginous disc, then the capsular joints and spinal ligaments. Capsular joint means the joints will be covered and they will be forming a tube which will give a protection. So that is called as capsular joints. And then spinal ligaments. Spinal ligaments are nothing but the nerves which are not nerves, the muscles, skeletal muscles which are supporting the spine along with it is called as ligaments. And ligaments will be having little number of what you call it, muscle tissue, but more of the binding structures like thread. Okay? Ligaments are nothing but a binding structure like thread. So we are using belt and all, no? That is to keep the things in position. So ligaments are structures which are modified muscles, skeletal muscle, which are help to support the spinal cord and the vertebra to keep in position. Okay. Next. So this alteration of the bony and soft tissue structure represents a distinction between passive and active elements. So here we come to the functional part. So we saw that there are bones and in between there are cartilage discs. So when it comes to action, the bones don't have much of action. They are fixed. But the cartilage will help to bring out the function in a passive manner. Passive means indirect. Okay? So the vertebrae are passive, stable elements, and the active moving elements are the intervertebral disc, facets, and a network of ligaments that are connected to the arches of the adjacent vertebra. So if you take the page, we will be having the skeletal system picture and the muscular system picture. Okay, and then again you will be having it in the page number 18. So in the page number 18 you can see the muscles are attached to the skeleton. One after the front of is shown, and the page 21 you have got the front view of the skeletal muscle and the back view of the attachment of skeletal muscles. Okay? It's called as the ventral and dorsal view. Then you come to page 23. Again the same structure has been elaborately mentioned. See, you can see here one half, that is the right of the muscle attachment is shown, and the left of the ribs how they are arranged. Okay? And then in the back if you come, page 24, you can see a white line which is coming along the center. They are the ligaments which support the spinal cord. Okay? You can see whatever muscles are coming out, the muscle attachment part will be white in color. So brown color is the muscle bulk. When the muscle has to come and get inserted into any bone or nearby tissue, it will be forming a white band. That white band is called as ligament. Okay? So that is, you can see there are white areas. It means that it is not the muscle, it is a part of the muscle which is getting connected to the bone. Okay? So you can see all over the legs, all these areas. So this part, we call it as the Achilles tendon. You can feel a strong muscle which is, the above is the muscle part, and then if it comes down, if you feel on the back of your leg, that part is the Achilles tendon. That is, a ligament becomes, muscle narrows down and becomes a ligament, and it goes down the bone, and then it enters the leg and gets fixed to the toes. So we call it as the toes in the legs, and in the hand it is called as fingers. In common anatomical terms we call it as the digits. Okay? So for the movement you need this ligament which is inserted here. So this ligament when muscle contracts, calf muscle contracts, you will feel that the leg will be pulled inwards. Okay? That is it. Next we will come to the vertebral part. So now you are a little bit clear about what is a ligament. It is a white fibrous band-like structure which is a part of the muscle which gets connected to the bone, where it begins and where it ends. Okay? So you can even feel it here. If you just hold like this, your fist, and then you feel the muscle bulk will be felt here, and then the tendons will be felt in the bottom and the top. The top will be little bit, you have to be very carefully, if you not, you will feel it. Okay? Yes, 3-4 muscles are going through that area. So next, the intrinsic equilibrium of the spinal column can be found in the integration and interaction of these passive and active elements. So, what is the active element here? The cartilage, the disc, and then the passive element is the bone. So, when you come to the previous pages, what is the bone? If you come to page 34. So you have got classification of the synovial joints. This picture you have to see, the topmost. And that is the first 2 bones of the vertebrae in the neck. Over which the head comes in 6. Okay? So there are, depending on the movement and position and where the structure allows, they are called as joints. So in the joints we have got 3 types of joints. One is the synovial joint and the other one is the yes. Fibrous joint and the cartilaginous joints. In cartilaginous joints you will be having this spinal cord. Okay? So next. So here when you come to the yoga part, the one which are passive or what is the stable elements they are called as the stira. One is gives stability. And the other one is the shuka movement is here called as shuka. Okay, that is what is the thing you have to understand. The active element is the shuka which gives the movement. That you can underline to the person. So the intrinsic equilibrium of in the integration and interaction of these passive and active elements. Intrinsic equilibrium means within the stability of the structure, these active and passive elements play a big role. Then we come to the overall understanding of the architecture of the spine. So from front to back, if you see, the front part will be having a circular bone. This is a 2-dimensional structure. If you see that, it will be like this. Front portion will be a circular like this one. And then you will be having the processes. And then you will be having 2 processes coming out and getting connected here. And this will form as the spinal canal. Okay? This is called the lateral processes. And then you have got the area which the disc will come and get seated on. Okay? And then if you see the sideways you will be having the, this is called as a body. Okay? And then you will have the processes. The spinal process and the lateral process which are coming out of the back. So here there will be the, what you call it as, the center of the spinal fascia. Okay? So here you have got the front to back. From the front you will be seeing the body of the vertebra, and back we call it as the processes. Okay? Next, this diagram will come to, we call it as a vertebral body and the arches. The processes are called as the arches, and these are the things you have to understand. So functionally this arrangement can clearly be able to contain the dual requirements of stability and plasticity. What is plasticity? Stability is to stand or to give it form. What is plasticity? Plasticity is some amount of bending. Okay, that is mobility we call it as. Okay. So plasticity means it is nothing but the amount to which it can flex and bend and give a convenient movement. Okay. Next. The anterior column of vertebral body deals with weight bearing, compressive forces, whereas the posterior column of arches deals with the tensile forces generated by movement. So, you know that the head is heavy, it stands on the full vertebrae. The bigger part of the vertebrae gives support, total stability and strength. And the posterior part, this part will give you the movement and flexibility. So, when there is a forward bending, you will see that the disc space will reduce in the front and